welcome to Poland Daily Travel, where once again we head around Warsaw behind the scenes. We'll be traversing the hidden byways of today to remember the events of yesterday. In the next few episodes, we'll go deep into history to discover moments of past terror and present redemption as we look at some of Warsaw's most harrowing moments. Memories of the Warsaw Ghetto of World War II, when the Nazi occupation made killing zones out of once thriving neighborhoods. For more so than any other city in Europe, Warsaw has seen and felt the 20th century's events at their worst and at their best. From the depths of World War II to the heights of the Solidarity movement, Warsaw has witnessed hideous destruction and glorious rebirth. One might say, in fact, there's no other city like it in the world, and in that sense, this metropolis remains the most human of places, given to fits and starts of soul-crushing violence in its past, along with moments of sheer exuberance as it stretches its vital limbs into the future, into the 21st century. Okay, it's Poland Daily Travel, and we're back. We're behind Umschlagplatz, and the wall behind me is part of the old train station. Wojtek, what's this all about? Why are we here? Besides just to see the wall. What does it mean?
Well, we are here because it's one of those behind-the-scenes locations that you usually will not know about.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
People who are experts in the subject, they know about that. When you look at old pictures of this area, you will see that this is existing long time before World War II. This train station got built in about 1876, maybe a little bit later. And so the wall was only for completely normal standard purposes. In World War II, the whole area was completely misused. And after World War II, everything what was built exactly as the ghetto wall got ruined by people. And these areas, they just remained like they were. And when you take a look up here, you will see some of the old barbed wire.
Ah, this is
that we can
barbed
see
wire
here.
from
Yes,
before, yeah.
that's from before.
Yeah.
It served in the times of World War II. Here you have a little bit of that paint or rendering from the time.
Right.
In these places, you can see that some missing bricks were filled up later. But in general, that's a very original
This is the original place where the wall
Absolutely.
was.
That's the original place in which the wall was.
Yeah.
But then people found this wall so special and so precious. And
So precious because of what had
because of its
taken
history,
place here. Yeah.
of its history,
Yeah.
that they have saved a part of the wall by disassembling it and by putting the bricks together with a new
Right.
mortar, and they put it across this yard, just over there, this part over there. So you see, it looks a little bit newer comparing to the other part, but it's the old bricks in here.
What's amazing is if you look around here, I mean, all around us are brand new apartment buildings, or relatively new apartment buildings, right?
They're even brand new, one can say.
Some could say brand new.
In the history of Warsaw, there was never really anything built in this area on the left-hand side. When I look at old aerial pictures, I just see small fields, maybe 1 meter over there, farther away, gardens, but nothing like those big blocks. So yes, that's one of the youngest areas of Warsaw in here. And I guess those people who live here, they are not exactly aware of where they are living.
I wonder if they even know about this wall and what happened here.
I don't think so. Maybe some of them know, but I'm not absolutely sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's important to say to viewers that it's not just a wall. First of all, it symbolizes what happened here in 1945 and before, during the Nazi occupation. But it's also an example of, a rare example of actually a pre-war structure.
Here. Yes, although
which is
all
very
those
rare.
older
We're going to
looking
see
blocks
more
here,
but, yeah.
they do belong to this pre-World War II structures. Yes, they have been built in 1930s, sometimes a little bit earlier than World War II, but still in 1930s. Yeah. And they are on the edge of this ruined area, of the most ruined area in Warsaw. So they are kind of survivors. They have been used by administration of Germany until 1944 and until 1945, some of them. Yes, so that's why they were still
Most
standing.
of the buildings that were remaining were buildings that were used as quarters for the Germans.
Yes, that's
Certainly
one
in
of
central
the things.
Warsaw.
Yes, that's one of the things that you can say, and some of them remained until 1945 January, just because they have been hotels, or because they have been military barracks,
Right.
Of the army, and
Yeah.
maybe only because of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
In here,
What else about this place should we know? Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
that's just a quiet backyard of a school.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is just,
Such a contrast to the history.
yeah,
This is why we need to know history, to know these contrasts. It appears to be the quiet backyard of a school. It is the quiet backyard of a school. But then this wall symbolizes a horror that took place here.
well, when we are standing here, right in this place, we can look over through this yard towards windows of this next door building over there, which was the administration building of the ghetto area in here, in which German supervisors of this area lived. And it is quite likely that they have established that how the ghetto wall should look like, looking at this part of the wall in here. Looking from the second, most probably looking from the second floor over there. But it's exactly the information that is too direct and, that can
Wow.
be falsified in
So
here.
they could
So
have
let's put
been-
it together
they-
in a different sentence.
Okay, put it together in a different way that makes it,
Yeah, because it's about this thought,
yeah.
This part of the wall is also quite significant because we assume that it might be the model for the ghetto wall. We know that
Right.
only a couple of meters away from here, just opposite side of the street, in those windows that I can look towards to right now, German administration was sitting. And most likely they just told Jewish people in here to replicate this wall all around for 18 kilometers of a wall.
So the idea for the ghetto wall may have originated right here.
It looks like that
Yeah.
because the height is similar.
Right.
The barbed wire at top of that is also quite similar. You had some pieces of glass at top of the wall earlier, and you might see some of these pieces of glass put into concrete over there too. And also this standard way of building a wall with those protrusions in here, with those bricks coming up here to make it a little bit stronger, that reassembles the ghetto wall very, very much. And it was always that these bricks standing out of the wall and making it a little bit stronger, they always faced towards inside of the ghetto area and not outside. Outside the wall was completely flat. And this rule went on and was followed over those more than a dozen of kilometers of a wall in here. Yeah. But we know that this is not the ghetto wall, or not a wall built especially for the ghetto area, because we don't have special stamps in here. Most of the bricks used for the ghetto wall originally had small stamps of a company in the middle of the brick. And in this case, we don't have them in here.
We forget, walls are made to keep things out, but walls
Or
are also
in.
made to keep things in.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we Europeans don't like walls, yes, in general. And we do shrink as we hear of building up a wall and letting others pay for that.
Poland Daily Travel, we're here at what is perhaps the origin of the ghetto wall, which walled in the whole Jewish ghetto from 1941 to 1943.